Welcome to Wrestling Brothers Breakdown.
We're brothers
who like wrestling.
And as usual, I am the champ and will be for the continual future until I don't. But
until I don't.
That's good grammar.
Yes. So, we are here today to talk about AEW Revolution. Just a short 7-8 days after Elimination Chamber. And so we've got a lot of matches to discuss. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 8 matches on the card. So 8 matches for this 3.5 hour, 4 hour pay-per-view versus WWE's 4.
With the 20-minute intro of yeeting. No, wait. There was no yeeting.
There was no yeeting. But they did have a good story turn, so I can't complain too much. I like both products. They both have their pros and cons. I'm not tribalistic. I just like pro wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's talk AEW Revolution. Let me switch this up. Boom. All right, here are the matches. So we'll go from bottom to top and discuss them. So we won't talk about the 0 hour match. Bummer that Zero Cassidy's downgraded to 0 hour, but...
Zero Cassidy. Isn't it Orange Cassidy? Let's change his name.
Yeah, I said Orange Cassidy.
I heard Zero Cassidy.
I said he's bummed he got bumped down to 0 hour pre-show. So
freshly squeezed. But yeah.
He's still good, but he can't always be on the main card. So first up is Kazuchika Okada versus Brody King. Now, if Brad can pronounce it, he will get half a point.
It's not talk a lot of crappa, or talk a lot of...
Nope, no extra bonus points for you because I knew you couldn't do it.
Kazuchika Okada.
All you gotta do is repeat what they say, the announcers say, on the TV.
It's like Joey with Friends.
Yeah. Blue, blue, blue.
Champ retains. I mean, Brody King, it's just not his time yet. I don't think he's been built up enough to be that guy. And this is kind of like WWE's Intercontinental Championship, but maybe a little more prestigious, maybe? I don't know. But I like Okada, even though he don't talk a lot of. Just an entertaining guy. Like, he looks, talks, acts like the champ, so champ retains.
When they do his big zoom in camera, zoom out, and he gives people the bird and calls them names, I think that's funny because he says it with his Japanese accent. So yes, I would tend to agree. It will be Okada retaining. Brody King is quite impressive, and he plays a big wrestler guy well. He doesn't have a huge build, unless they just pull some crazy swerve, but Okada has been running fine with this, and they've got a long time, and they can still switch it up before next year's tournament. But he's had it a long time.
Be the revolution that starts.
I really wish for this belt, the Continental Championship, it guarantees you a spot in the tournament next year, which is January. But I wish it wasn't a defensible belt. I wish it was just like a trophy and an automatic, you're in the tournament or a first-round bye in the next year's tournament or whatever. So they're still prestigious around it. It's still a championship. It's still an accolade. Kind of like King of the Ring or something that you win.
Yeah.
But no need to have an 18th belt carried around on TV. But whatever. I know that's kind of why they do that. So.
Yeah.
All right. So we both pick Okada. Moving up to the middle row. The grudge match. Swerve Strickland versus Ricochet. This has actually had a really good build for the last month. Ricochet has gone full heel and has done a good job. Finally, he's actually doing better on the microphone. He's not amazing yet, but he's better than he has been. He stole, what's his name's jacket?
That was funny.
The manager. Why can't I remember his name? Brain's failing me.
Yep. Hoot's house, Swerve's house.
Yes. And then the manager guy also said, "Hey, if you don't win Swerve or like go get that back for me, I'm gonna have to rethink what I'm doing here." Maybe quit on him. So that's interesting. I'm going to pick Swerve Strickland. He's due for a win after some of the stuff he's done through. I think. I know they're still building Ricochet and stuff, unless there's just some cheat Swerve thing. Swerve.
Swerve. Oh, I see what you did there.
Yeah,
That's a revolution.
I think they're going to. I think Swerve is going to win this one.
Yeah, and it's the number one contenders match for the AEW World Championship, right?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I don't think Ricochet is built up enough to go for that unless it's just like
Yeah,
a
he's not there yet. Even though
oh
I have his
you're
shirt
if it's a
and
weekly defense
I
like oh we're
freaking love him, so I got to go with Swerve because he was already there
yep.
at the top. So yeah, I mean I hate picking against Ricochet, but
You bought his shirt. How dare you?
I know I'm not good with my shirts and buying stuff. Swerve's been there before, so I don't know about the manager stuff, but even with that, I mean, unless they do some kind of major swerve, which I don't think they will for that,
Hmm.
I think it'll continue. I think this is what, the third match or something, maybe? I don't remember.
No, it's not a rubber match yet. This may be
Not a
their
rubber
second
match.
one. If
But yeah, I think it's Swerve's time. I think he'll get it because he can. I think he, like you said, he can build a better program for whoever is the world champion. So
yep.
I'm going to Swerve.
Alrighty, it's in the books. All right, next up, grudge match: MJF versus Hangman Adam Page. This is a good feud. I don't
Mhm.
know. Maybe they'll try to build it up and be as good as Hangman and Swerve's feud. That was feud almost feud of the year last year. That was a good
Yeah.
one for a good half the year. This could go either way. MJF is doing great heel work like always and doing his chicken crap tactics like he likes to do. He had a guy dressed up like him when Hangman came running into the building and the Hangman attacked the wrong guy and then
Yep.
MJF
And then
hit him from behind. So I was like, well, that's
set him on
creative.
fire, right? And
He was
then
about
like,
to set him on fire, but they stopped
oh,
him.
it's like a shirt that said MJF, you made me do this, you made MJF do this, or
Yeah.
yeah, or MJF. It was
So
pretty fun. I gotta go MJF. I picked against him last time, and nope, I'm not doing that again. So it's MJF.
Brad picks MJF. All right, I'm going to disagree. I'm going to pick
Yep.
Hangman. Hangman is overdue for a win and building back up to doing great things. He's had a lot of losses over the last 6 months, and they're kind of rebuilding his character. And I think MJF can eat a loss and then just start up a new feud with somebody else and it not hurt him too much.
Yeah, but with a cheap, easy kind of sleazy win like MJF is possibly could do, then that could really build into the Adam Page like doubting himself and being rebuilt and going through all the whatever the
That is
pain
a
and
good point. Or they
suffering.
and they could that could drag it out to Dynasty next month or All or Nothing in May, and they may do that. Maybe do a rematch or even a best of three type thing. So if they're gonna go that for longer term storytelling, I could totally see that. But they have been moving MJF around quite quickly on feuds. He had a little one with Dustin Rhodes, which was good. That could have been built into a pay per view feud, but it was just like a 2 week feud.
Yeah.
This one's been about a 3 week feud, and I think they're just using him because he's good on TV, and they're just kind of trying to get people TV time with him because he can do good short feuds
Yep.
versus long feuds. He can do long feuds good too, but I think they're
Yep.
trying to cycle people through him. So I think they're gonna. I haven't thought too much how they're gonna do all the storytelling after Revolution because their last pay per view was in December and this is March, so they've had quite the build for these stories.
Yep.
And then the
So you
next,
gotta get
and then now they start their busier time of year where they got pay per view in March, April, May, July, August,
July
September.
is their big one, right? Their double or nothing or their world whatever their
July will
like.
be All In. Yeah,
Yep.
Double or Nothing used to be the biggest one, but All In slowly becoming like the WrestleMania of the year. So yeah, I think it's Hangman's time, and I sure hope so because I really want my belt back.
What's this? A tag team championship match on a
Tag team
pay-per-view?
pay-per-view match. You know it.
The Hurt Syndicate, the champs versus the Outliner,
The
I can't talk.
Outrunners.
Outliners.
Did you see their promo video from Wednesday night? It was hilarious. It was like filmed in a 4:3 ratio and like an
Oh my.
old camcorder camera, so it looked like it was made straight in the early 2000s, like my old video camera. I was like,
Oh
it looked
man,
exactly like that, and it was just like a total Rocky '80s montage promo where they're just like training and running around and doing pull-ups and push-ups and
they got that look. Like I,
oh my,
shoot.
yeah, it's the total Miami Vice ripoff and just cheesy and it's fun and it works.
Champs retain. Like I know the Hurt Syndicate's newer, not like that new, but newer, and I don't know. I just think I know it's a revolution, but I think they're going. So that's the name of the pay-per-view, but I think they're going to do more of the bigger stuff. to start a new revolution. So champs retain. I don't see it changing. I think it'll be a good match though. I love me a good tag team match as
It'll
long
be
as
a
it's
good match. But yeah, I agree. Hurt Syndicate's going to retain. Outrunners will get their turn sometime this year, whether it's from Hurt Syndicate or somebody else.
yeah.
They'll have a turn, whether it's in the spring, late spring or fall. I don't know, but it's too soon for Hurt Syndicate to lose it. All right, next up, my least favorite, Mercedes Moné versus Momo Watanabe from Japan. They've been building this, and it's been like inter-promotional. They're gonna make Monet win, but I have to pick against her just because I've done so like the last 5 times, and like eventually one of them's gonna be right.
Eventually, that'll be the one that win you.
Yes, so I'm so annoyed at her. So I'm pick Momo Watanabe to take that belt away, and then she'll lose it in a month or two to somebody else. But Mercedes will still have her other 3 belts or whatever,
That's
and
ridiculous,
they'll
dude.
get her
Like,
to start feuding with somebody else or go after the main title.
and go to promo school. No, I'm just kidding. Well, I got to stick with the champ. I just don't think it's time yet, even though I can't stand her as well. But I don't think. I mean, I've read some about Momo, and she seems like a pretty decent contender, but I don't think it's time yet.
Yeah, actually,
I'm
you know
not
what?
good.
I'm gonna go with that too. I'm gonna change mine. Change it. Oops, wrong. Delete.
Delete. Control Alt Delete. The champ is here. My name. My
As much
name.
as I want to vote against her because I hate her, I don't hate her. I just like her character. I think you're right.
Worse than
And
Mia Jax.
no, but just annoying. So yeah,
Yeah.
she's gonna retain. She'll lose it at Dynasty or all at Double or Nothing when she got it last year. So
Some.
Momo's not
Wait.
big enough to take away from her. I wish Harley Quinn would with her puppet stuff. That was hilarious, and the puppet is more over than Mercedes Monet. I was like, when stuff like that hits, like the cardboard cutout guy or the puppet stuff, I was like, lean into that, man. Go with the comedy stuff.
Get some money.
When it's
Mm.
over, yeah. All right, so I changed that one. So the only one we've differed on so far is Hangman Page and MJF.
Well, that's two right there.
And that's one because I switched mine to Monet.
No, we. Oh, that's right. Sorry,
Yeah.
sorry, I was right.
All right, next up, obviously going to be one of the contenders for match of the night. Will Ospreay versus Kyle Fletcher. Rematch
This is a
from
rubber
World's
match,
End.
right?
A rubber match is the best of 3, the third one.
And this is their third match, right? Aren't they 1-on-1 against each other?
Well, unless one was on like a week. This is their second one on a pay-per-view. I don't think they had one before on a pay-per-view besides World's End.
Oh, during this feud, they were 1-1. Shout out to Bleacher Report. That's my dirt sheets.
Okay, when was the first one then?
I do not know. They
Who
said they're
who won
tied
it?
1-1 in singles matches during this feud.
Oh, okay. Well, anyways, Kyle Fletcher won the last one at World's End. That was a killer match that opened the show. It was an insanely good match.
Yeah, I think this will be
Oh wait,
probably
because
like,
Ospreay won, and then he went on to lose in the finals of the tournament. That's what happened.
so I guess that's kind of part of the feud.
Yeah.
Just like your shirt or your jersey says, I got to go with Ospreay.
Yeah.
Like he's the dude. He's entertaining. Like it is probably going to be close to match of the night. If not, I don't see any
Yeah.
other one.
And he's eaten some losses off and on over the last 6 months, but he's so over right now. He's willing to put anybody over, but he'll have a belt come summertime or fall time for sure.
Yep.
So I pick Ospreay to win as well.
Steel cage. Ooh, you could dash that they're going to bleed. That's too easy though.
Yeah, I don't have a good dashing take yet. All right, next up, International Championship. Kenny Omega versus Konosuke
Talking a lot
Takashita.
of Shida.
Dude, Kenny Omega and Ospreay had a tag match against Takashita and Kyle Fletcher on that Australia Down Under show
Yeah,
Collision.
the Down
It was a
Under.
crazy good match. You should go watch it.
I do need to go back and watch
Anyways,
that.
I got to pick Kenny Omega. He's like, him and Ospreay are like my 2 favorites in AEW. They're just both insane. And I'm glad that Kenny's healthy after 18 months of being out. So obviously Omega's going to win it and get some gold for a while and have a good run, is my prediction.
Same. Like, I think that's one of the 2 title changes for tonight. The other ones we haven't talked about yet. So that's a spoiler for my upcoming one. But yeah, it's good that he's back. And yeah, Takashita is, I mean, he's been a great champ, but like you said, I think it's time to give Kenny the gold, and I can dig out wherever my Kenny Omega action figure is. I can't find it right now, but it'll be time. So I'm
Yes,
excited to
this is gonna be a good match. I'm bummed that you have to go to your kid's soccer game or whatever. Like, can you call in sick to that and then come over to my house and watch
I can start watching it on Amazon Prime during the soccer game.
it? Yeah,
About it. Yay, Amazon Prime.
just pay $50 for it.
Yeah, we already paid because we get.
I'm gonna get it on Triller.
Yeah, that's true. I can watch it on Triller also as well. So
You can watch it on like 10 different platforms. There's sometimes they have them at movie theaters, and I would go do that and be like with a crowd of people. It would be fun to do one time.
like, oh, this is bull crap. I don't
Yeah.
like this. No, sir. The Hollywood ending.
The Hollywood ending. This has been a good story. Tony Storm versus Mariah May. So they've gone back and forth. Tony won the belt back a couple weeks ago, actually down in Australia, like 2 weeks ago. But Mariah May's beaten her up again since then. This is going to be, this is the Hollywood ending. This is going to end this feud. And then Tony Storm is going to, she's going to retain. And then she's going to go on to feud with either Statlander or Mercedes Moné or somebody else. Probably Statlander. But this is going to end. And then Mariah May will go back to either taking a break or high mid-card feuding.
Yeah.
So Tony Storm's going to retain.
Is he still doing the amnesia, or is that thing
Nope,
like...
she said, I remember everything. I was acting. It was a performance of a lifetime. She's like, I'm timeless again.
That's funny. So this is the third one I know for them two, and I think each one has had a title change. I don't think the third one will. So I think May won it the first time, and then Tony won it the last time, and this third time I don't think they need to switch again because so I think like you said, Tony's going to retain, and then
Yep, and it's been like almost a year-long feud, so it's had a good run, and it's just time to finish it and go on to something else.
Yep. So no title changes there. Timeless Tony Storm.
Tony retains. Yep, okay, I got it written down.
Didn't she come back after? That was when we were there at.
Yeah, Kansas City.
Yeah.
Yeah, she came back in her old gear, which I like her old gear better than. Did she came out dressed up as Mariah May? It was quite funny.
I'll have to look at that and be like,
It was entertaining.
I bet.
All right, then the main event of AEW Revolution. Jon Moxley, the champion, versus the rated R superstar Cope, formerly known as Adam Copeland, but everyone calls him that still.
Yeah. AKA Edge, formerly known as this, formerly known. I like how Cope has been systematically taking apart all the Death Riders one by one. And then Yaka, whatever, the other guy,
Yuta,
lost his mind and just. I was hoping more of a beatdown of Moxley, but he just kind of like shoved him and then walked out. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, but good for you. But yeah.
Yep. And so Jon Moxley's actually playing rattled pretty decent after that. So, yeah, I think we're both going to say the same thing. They're finally realizing this Death Rider storyline has gone on too long, and it's time to change it up.
After Jon Moxley breathed on us, both of us at the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, over at the convention center or the hotel across the street.
He just breathed on us. Oh my goodness.
Like, yeah, that's Jon Moxley.
What the heck?
He was huge. Yep. He's huge in person.
Here comes the bold take. So Cope wins new AEW World Champion.
Yep, I picked that as well.
Bold take. Christian cashes in his contract. Yeah. And he cashes it in. I don't think he's going to win, but he cashes it in. So I think he'll cash in. It'll be part of the match somehow or at the end, but he won't win. But my bold take is that Christian cashes in. Cope is the new champion for a while, and I hope because both Edge and Christian are like in their 50s. I want to see one more Edge and Christian run, or Christian and Cope run.
Oh, as a tag team?
Nostalgic, yeah. Like if the Hardy Boys can do it with all their stuff, Dudley Boys. I mean, come on, it's time for
that could happen. Probably. That reminds me though. So Cody telling The Rock to go fly a kite. That was Christian did it first when he came back with Edge. When Edge came back, and they gave him a big hug, and then he said, "Go fly a kite." as we're paraphrasing, if you can't figure out.
Yes, go fly kite. Yes. So yeah, new champ. I think it's time. I don't know. Moxley, yeah, this Death Rider story. I mean, it had potential at the beginning, like it's a new all this, and we're gonna reinvent AEW and blah 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 blah. And it's like, okay, cool. And nothing's really happened like we thought. So
good idea on paper, hasn't quite panned out.
Yeah. So it's time to have a new champ, have a new revolution, as they
do you
call
think
the pay-per-view.
Some of the Death Riders will return from injury, and or FTR come out and help defend him, and or probably. Switchblade Jay White come out because he's on the. He had something that he could have a match sometime soon, I thought, but they kind of made him start feuding with Max Caster a little bit, or he came out there and smashed him in like 30 seconds.
Oh yeah.
So I think maybe they're putting him back on the back burner. When you have 10 people saying, I want to be champion, I was like, well, that's kind of defeats the purpose. You need like 2 to be up there to try to feud, not just everybody say it, but...
Yeah. So you picking Cope as well, new champ?
Yeah, Cope's going to win, new champs. They're going to change all the storylines, get a lot of new stuff. I think Christian cashing in is a very likely bold take. I think FTR being involved is possible. I think Don Callis' family interfering in the Will Ospreay match is not a dashing take, but a probably obvious take. Even with a cage, you can still throw weapons through a cage.
Dashing would be Ricochet winning, but I don't see that happening.
Yeah.
Even though that.
So I'm trying to think of one, but nothing's coming to mind. So.
We differed on the MJF one. Is that our only one we differed on?
That's the only one we differed on, so...
Ooh, it's going to come down to that one.
Whoever wins that match will win the night.
Come on, MJF, don't let me down, baby.
So, hopefully you don't keep the belt forever. When we started, I had both belts. I won them both, and I kept them for a while. And then I've just been on the losing streak forever, so...
Right, because you don't follow Freddie Prinze Jr. anymore or talk to him or whatever.
Whatever. You're stupid.
Shout out to my Dirt Sheets Bleacher Report.
I read all the Bleacher Reports. I like WrestlingInc.com. I read Bleacher Report. I read Fightful. I'm in a wrestling Discord that talks all day and that like posts all of them. Like those guys sit there.
I do follow a couple Dirt Sheets on Facebook because I'm old, so I'll read the Dave Meltzer, the Liar Pants on Fire, or whatever you want to call him.
You know, we should do that sometime in our like who do you like to listen to on Wrestling Opinions and who can you not stand? Like who's annoying? Eric Bischoff, Bubba Ray Dudley. Like, oh my gosh. I do not care. Like, they put out opinions and then 100 other places repost them. And look, Bubba Ray Dudley said this. Eric Bischoff said that. Like, who cares about their opinions? I don't. Like, we're all just making content for fun. I get it. But, like, why did those get reposted 100,000 times? I mean, sometimes they're interesting opinions because of what they've done. But I don't think they necessarily are, like, written in stone like 10 Commandments.
Yep.
So.
Well, I'm
obviously Wrestling Brothers Breakdowns opinions are way better than everybody else's. We had 3 new subscribers since last week, so we are cruising. Shout out to our new subscribers. Thanks for subscribing. Hope you enjoy the ride. Enjoy the revolution. We did get a comment on one of our videos. He asked me for the source of what we said, and I sent him a link and like within 5 minutes, and so I replied to him. So yeah, you engage us on social media. We will talk back to you. We'll answer your questions. So
we will not tell you to go fly a kite.
We will not tell you to go fly a kite.
We are nicer than that.
Unless you say it first.
We got to get another group of brothers on here and just go back and forth. That'd be pretty fun.
Yeah. All right, so that's our picks for Revolution coming up on Sunday. Can't wait to watch it. Can't wait to see how we did. And honestly, I don't care about the picks that much. It's just for fun. I'm just like the wrestling, and I like hanging out with my brother. So until next time, I'll bid you adieu and good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.